Hi everyone, have you guys ever fractured your bones? If you have, you must have gone through these kind of places, and it magically shows your bones inside your bodies. By this point, you must have thought of X-ray. So, what exactly is X-ray? By definition, X-ray is a form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation with wave shorter than visible light and longer than gamma rays. To make it easier to understand, let's look at this drawing. From this point to this point is called wavelength. Same goes for here, 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 and so on. Here, as you can see, is the wavelength of the X-ray. It is shorter than the wavelength of the microwave, which has low frequency and non-ionizing. It is also shorter than the wavelength of UV light. However, the wavelength of X-rays is longer than the wavelength of gamma rays, which comes from radioactive sources. X-rays is considered ionizing, which means it is a type of energy released by an atom in the form of electromagnetic wave or particles. One of the medical applications of X-rays is fluoroscopy. The X-ray source is what helps us see inside the patient's bodies. It is connected with the image intensifier, which produces the image that the TV camera captures, and then it sends the video to the TV monitor. Another way of looking at this is the X-ray source hit the patient and being captured by the grid. It then moved to the processor, which prepare the image for the view box. The view box is what allows us to see the image, and from this point, the image is being stored and saved in the file room. This image is produced using a special form of X-ray called fluoroscopy, along with ingested barium, a contrast agent which make organ visible on the images to examine gastrointestinal system, which then help doctor diagnose if there's any tumors or blockages in the stomach. Although fluoroscopy helps doctor diagnose diseases, however, fluoroscopy requires the use of X-rays, and X-rays is ionizing radiation. So when a person undertakes fluoroscopy, they are exposed to ionizing radiation, which then causes cancer. However, doctors will try to minimize the radiation dose as much as possible.